Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. It is apparent that I am back. That's right, at Flax. I think that's how you say it. And this is where, if you want to buy a paintbrush or any kind of art supplies, like that lady painting on the wall, well, that's where you do it. So I am here in the heart of Oakland. And as you can see, downtown Oakland is there. So there's an artist going into Flax now. The funny thing is, last time I was here, these apartment buildings, the smoke detector was going off. Can you believe it? That was probably a year ago. And I just heard that smoke detector, there it is, go off again. So right here at this apartment building is a smoke detector that will not quit for years and years. I don't know if you can hear it, but let's try real quick. There it is, right on cue. Can you believe it? There's some artists coming out of Flax Art and Design. But for 1 year, there's another one. Two smoke detectors for a complete year have been going off here. Chirp, and then about another 30 seconds later, chirp. But the other one's like a fainter chirp. Like the battery might be dying. I don't think the batteries ever die. I think these are on like low voltage. So, yep, the apartment complex that will not stop chirping. There it is. There's that other one. The smaller chirp. It's just as loud. It's just as far away. So there you go. There is the troubled town. That's right. They call that for short the town. And look at on the town. This is why it's troubled. That whole side of that city building is full of graffiti. I saw one side right there, Camel, but then I look a little closer and it says Fellas. So this is not by design. That owner got bombed. That side of that. So you can see around here, most everything is in graffiti. And you got to kind of walk a little careful around here. People don't want to be videotaped. And I tell you what, they do have a place for rent right there. But I don't know how safe it is to be walking the streets of Oakland. I tell you what, we were going to park on the street, but it is apparent that a lot of people are getting their cars broken into. Now, there's not evidence around here of that right now, but if you watch any news, and if you walk around a little bit, you will see there's glass all over the place. But so here is one way to keep people from actually putting graffiti. Actually, graffiti artists have respect for each other. So if they see somebody with a nice mural like this, usually they don't put their graffiti on it. Now, I don't know how somebody gets on the side of the building. They must have mountain climbing gear, I suppose. But yeah, how do you get something on the side of a building like that? I don't know. But there you go. Fellas and Camel. And I see that Camel guy. He's pretty daring. Look at how he must have climbed on that roof and have like some kind of rope. How do you do that? And is Fellas another person, or is Camel the same guy that did both of them? I don't know. So, yeah. There you go. Beautiful Oakland. That's one of those old buildings here in Oakland. Oakland Battalion 2 Fire. But there you go. The Carl Ridge. Carl Ridge. I don't know. You can say that name better than I can. Claridge. Claridge. Looks like the old Claridge needs a paint job, doesn't it? Yeah. Wonder how much the room for rent. That's one of those old rooms where they had what do you call that? Common toilets. So there you go. Right here on Martin Luther King and 15th Street in Oakland, California. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get off of this corner like it looks like I'm crossing and get back to where I started here at Flex. Now I got the wide camera on. Let's see this real quick. Who's making all that noise? Okay. So normally I have this camera lens on and I talk to you like that. But now I'm gonna switch it up a little bit and I'm gonna put on this camera lens. How about that? And talk to you like that. Just a little test. Which one is better for filming with the selfie stick? The far view or the closer view? A or B? Kind of like when your eyes get checked. Okay. Well, if I use the old zoomer inner, let's do that right here. You can see that I think that is a doorman. And he keeps an eye on who's coming and going out of that unit. So I always like this zoomer. It's a good zoomer. I'm pretty far away, but there you go. Okay, well, I'm gonna go wait for my manager. And yeah, you can see that they got graffiti almost everywhere. And where they don't have it, they clean it up pretty fast, or they don't clean it up at all. And right there is a good example of a wall that gets cleaned up every once in a while. I'm sure that is not that clean that long. All right, that's how you park here, by the way. You don't go down that one-way street like we did. You got to go around the block. But there's no laws in Oakland. Who's going to pull you over? I haven't seen any policemen here. So it's a lawless town. They even have the CHP have to patrol the streets here. So I'll go take a walk, risking my life here. I don't know how I should do that. I'm not going to do it with the camera. See right here with the camera and your arm up like that, you look like you're total bait. You got to get that, as they say, keep your cards close to the chest. So you almost got to take your selfie stick off, which I will do. And I'm gonna risk this life right now. I'm putting the selfie stick in the pocket and head down the road, but gotta make sure that no one is waiting for me here. And it looks like the coast is clear. So that lady has headphones on her head. So what they're saying is these headphones have been getting stolen right off of ladies' heads. So they're walking down the street. So what I'm doing right now is what I've done before is I put the phone to my ear like I'm talking on it, and I do a little side video. So it's not so, I want to call it distractive. Oh, watch out. Just like San Francisco. No one picks up their dog poop. All right, well, look they have public toilets on the street for anybody to use here. So I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. So, yeah, there's some mattresses. And like I said, graffiti all over the place. I'll zoom in on the mattress. You see it. Okay. And there's your fire sprinkler caps. And of course, you got graffiti on those. That's not a violation, just a comment. All right. Everywhere, graffiti, graffiti. All right, well, I'm gonna get back to more of my little safe space saws. And I don't know, this is the apartment building with no, or I don't know if it has fire sprinklers, but it definitely has smoke alarms. All right. That's Highway 24 right there. So I'm gonna get back to my safe position, bid you adieu. I know there are people living right there on the side of the freeway. I've seen it before. Oh, there is some more graffiti on top of a building. Let's zoom in on that while I got you. So I don't know how they're getting up there, but they are scaling the walls of Oakland. And that's not very nice to say, is it? All right. Well, let's get back to a safe location. And I'll put that in quotes. What is safe in Oakland? I don't know. You feel a little bit safe on a Sunday in the middle of the afternoon. But yeah, you don't want to be walking around with a selfie stick. All right, well, there we go. I'm back to the land of the chirping smoke detector. 1 year later, probably. I know it's been a year at least. So I did a video on the chirp. I did a video, actually, I don't know if I should go inside a Flex real quick. Should I just keep my camera close to the vest and go into Flex? Oh, listen to that chirp. All right, we can do a 2-for-1 though. Well, I'll bid you adieu right here, and we'll go into Flex and make a 2-for-1 video. It's all about content. So if you want to make content, you got to hold your camera to your ear like this and kind of do a slow turn and wait for the chirp. And you might hear it, you might not, but as I do the turn, you will see the beautiful skyline of Oakland. And like I said, my phone is to my ear, so it does look like I'm talking on my phone. It's the best thing to do when you're doing a incognito video. So there you go, a whole 360. All right. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these chirping video adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Oh, I'm glad I don't live in apartments. Bye-bye, everybody. Postscript. We're going to time this beep out on this smoke detector. So I'm going to use my watch. I'm very curious. As soon as I hear a chirp, we are going to give you an update of how long one chirp for 1 year. So maybe somebody can do the math. So one chirp per, I know I'll hear it. I'll tell you when I hear it. You tell me when you hear it. We're going to hear it any minute. There it is, right there. I'm checking my watch. Okay, 15 after is when those seconds are officially, and there's the second one. So that happened at 25 after. So we got 15 after. So I'll tell you when the next chirp happens. And I still don't know how they get up that high for graffiti. Do they get inside the building? I don't know. Okay, just this postscript is almost over. As soon as I hear that second chirp, I'm sure it's every minute. I don't know. You listen with me. When you hear it, I'll hear it. How about that? We'll count down together. Tell me when. Quiet now. There it is. About every minute. And that second one should be about 15 seconds later. Let's hear it through the horn. There it is. So through the horn every minute. So how many minutes are in a year? Oh my God. That's a good, easy, and there's another chirp. Maybe there's 3 chirps in there. Wow. So how many minutes are in a year? That's how many chirps these people have to hear. My goodness. What the hell's going on here? All right. As always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these postscript chirping adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Chirp, chirp, chirp. That would drive me that mad. Chirping all the time. All right, let's hurry up. Let's get her out of there. Let's go. Let's go.